Hello students, welcome to the 19th session, and this is the ninth session in the securities analysis. So here we have discussed various concepts in securities analysis. We have discussed about the analysis of variable income securities. So that is done in two broad basis, that is fundamental analysis and technical analysis. In fundamental analysis we have studied about the three layers of analysis, that is economic, industry and company, and we also have studied their equity valuation models. In equity valuation models we have four models. In that we have earning valuation, we have cash flow valuation, we have asset valuation, and we have dividend discount model, right students? So now we have also discussed in the previous class about technical analysis. In technical analysis we have different techniques for technical analysis. The one was like we have bar and line charts, what we had discussed. Then we have this moving averages technique, and then we had this we had relative strength analysis. Then we had this Dow theory. So in the previous session we have discussed about the various assumptions of Dow theory, and we have just got to know. This session we are going to discuss about types of charts. So this was the first method in this techniques of technical analysis. This we are going to study now. As I have told you in the previous class, we have discussed about Dow's theory, the various assumptions and the principles of Dow's theory. So as I have told in the previous sessions, this chapter aims to provide an overview of security analysis. So at the end of this session, you must be able to understand the different types of charts used for technical analysis. Students, as I have told you in the session of technical analysis, this was one of the oldest method which was existing since 17th century, and there they used to use charts in order to represent the prices, in order to assess the prices, in order to analyze the prices. So this is one of the oldest method. So since then it has been in use. So here we have, I'll be just telling you about the four basic types of charts what are being used. The first one is line chart. So these charts are drawn to predict the future price of stocks. Of course they are prepared in a method that is connects the successive days. That is, we are going to represent here the closing prices of stocks. We are not going to consider the other aspects of the stock. Generally we will take the closing prices, and again we just start it from, see, this is the days line, this is the price line what we have. So here the first day price, again it has gone there, it has been going on. So this is a increasing trend of prices. So this represents a decreasing trend. So the prices have been falling, and this is how the line graph has been represented. The next one what we have is bar charts. Of course these are prepared in vertical lines and made to show the, see here, there only closing prices were shown. Here opening, closing, lowest and highest prices of each day, price movements over a certain period will be shown, and of course it gives the volume and trend of prices in the market. And these bar charts, see here we'll take the days, here we'll take the prices. See these bar charts and line diagram you must be seeing very practically. For example, if you are watching this cricket, generally what happens there also they'll show the run scored, how over a period of time, and in one over how the runs in been scored, all that will be shown. And moreover you might have studied about this in the QMB statistics in the second semester of your BBA. There you might have studied about different types of charts. In that you might have come across this line charts and bar charts. Line we generally don't come across, but still this is one of the types or categories of charts what are being used. And as I told, in line charts we are not considering the opening and closing highest, sorry, we are not considering opening, lowest, highest. We are considering only the closing prices, and prices are being plotted. But in case of bar charts, we are going to consider all the highest, lowest, closing and opening, and this will be very useful for the investor. If he wants to invest in a particular security over a short period of time, he can go for this chart and he can analyze it using this particular chart. And One basic advantage of this bar chart is any person can very easily understand this. Even a layman can understand. Even line chart, it represents very easy way of understanding the share prices. So as I told you, in fundamental analysis we do a long term analysis, but here we do a short term analysis, and that is for high investors. This is for low investors, small investors. They will have a very short period after which they will purchase, they'll sell the security. So even if the company is not paying dividend, what happens after some time, if they want to realize the value, they can sell it in the market and they can get the return back in the form of capital. So let us go for the next method. So here we have point and figures chart. These are represented by XS and OS. So these are more difficult to calculate the stock prices than the line charts and bar charts. These are used to forecast prices and to find trend in prices. Of course, this is one of the it is not as easy as line and bar chart. Here we use this representations like XS and OS. O is nothing but sell, X is nothing but buy. So O, it is sale of security and buying of security. It is represented in this, and this can be understood only by specialists, technical analysts who can understand it better. But we may not find it so easy for calculation of this. For plotting these charts and also to find out what is happening in the graph. I think, can you find out, students? We have this X, it is nothing but buying. If I say O, it is selling. Can you make out this? So here we don't see, it's not very convenient for us to make out what is happening with the stock or the prices of the shares. But when I showed you about line graph, it was very easy. You just understood where the point is, where the closing point is, and in bar also you understood where there is increase or decrease or whatever it is. So this can be understood only by those people who are there in that particular field, not by others. So students, this is one of the method what we have. This is called as point and figure chart, and it is represented by XS and OS. You can put X anywhere, you can put O anywhere, it is left to you. And of course these are more difficult to calculate compared to the previous one. And as I told you, here only experts, those who are experts in that investment field, can use these charts, not others. Next we have another method. So students, the next one what we have here is candlestick chart. It shows the trend and prices of stock of each day. It is of course like bar chart. So the candle can be shaded if the prices decreases in the day. If it decreases, they will shade the candle. If not, the clear candle shows that the price is increasing. It means that the price is higher than the opening price of the day. It can be made for 1 week. This candlestick chart can be made for 1 week. And here what happens is, it shows that if there is a decrease in the price, the candle will be shaded. If there is no decrease in the price, if it is a clear candle, it means that there is an increase in the share price. And see here, the first day it is shaded, it means the price is decreasing. Second day there is an increase in the price. Third day also there is no decrease. Fourth day there is a decrease. Fifth day there is no decrease. So it depends on this. So here it is specified by days only. As I told you, it can be done over a period of 1 week. Not many charts can be done. We can do for some 5, 6, 7 days, and that will show us how the prices have been changed. So students, these are the 4 charts what we have, and of course each one has their own advantages and disadvantages. Basically, as I told you, the easiest charts which can present the prices are line chart and bar chart. Of course, these points and graph charts not as easy as line and bar, and these candlestick charts are obviously very easy to be plotted, and even it gives you a very clear picture at an instance. Just if you look at, you can just make out what is happening to the prices of the shares, only provided you should know what is this shaded area represents. Shaded area represents decrease in price of shares. Unshaded area, it is increase or this no change in the prices of the shares or the stocks. So students, after this we have multiple choice questions. In bar chart, left tick indicates dash price, right tick indicates dash price. So it is open and close, high low, close open, 52 high, 52 low. It is open and close. The next one we have line charts are formed by connecting the dash of each time frame. It is average closing price, average traded price, closing price, opening price. It is closing price. Just now I just told you in that first slide. Bar chart is used to illustrate high, low, opening and closing prices on a daily basis, high, low and closing stock prices on a daily basis, advances and declines of stock prices, reversal in the direction of stock prices without consideration of time. It represents both high, low, opening and closing prices on daily basis. The next one is, which of the following best reveal psychology of the market at a certain point in time? Line chart, candlestick, bar chart, none of the above. It is candlestick chart. Because here the prices when the prices decreases, we will go for shading the candle. The next one is one of the most popular tools used by technical analysts, moving averages, PE ratio, book to market value ratio, growth rate of individuals. It is actually moving averages. So we don't find a PE ratio, book to market and growth rate of dividends in the technical analysis. We find only in fundamental analysis. Okay students, so here we have the references. You can just go through this. Okay students, take care, bye, thank you.